As some of you may know, I've had a serious injury in my hamstring, and that impacted my practice. First, it impacted my ability to practice. I was so injured that I needed to not use the muscle at all. It was even walking was presenting some difficulties. So there was that. And then once it began to heal, um, then I suffered from injury to my ego, which, I mean, that happens to the best of us. That's real life. But it's just really frustrating when you expect to be able to wake up, stretch for 30 seconds, and then drop into the full splits to not even be able suddenly to bend over and touch the floor. And and life is life, you know. I let myself become incredibly distracted by the goings on of other people and other things that kept me busy, and then it's like, well, I don't have time anyways. I don't have time anyways. But the true fact of the matter is it's really difficult for me to accept that um, there are postures and movements, like almost all of them, that are just not available to me. And the more that I don't move, the less available they become. So with that being in sight, one of the things that became really important when I started doing these videos anyways was I just wanted to be accountable to myself and to be able to share what yoga every damn day looks like in my life, and whether that's glamorous or not. And you get kind of caught up. I mean, I shouldn't say you. I get really caught up sometimes in my head with thinking like, oh, is that interesting enough to post, or is that really, is that really what people want to see? And it's not ever been about that. So I don't know where those thoughts came from inside of me, other than way too much downtime and way too much ego taking over, because it was never ever about that. It's not about if one single person follows this or sees this or anything. It's about me being able to express how yoga every damn day looks in my life, because I feel so filled with gratitude and self-assurance. It has built my self-esteem, has built my flexibility and my body, but my mental strength and my emotional strength. And it's a way for me to gain peace in my mind and serenity in my life. It's a way for me to feel like I have, in a way, a sense of power and control without ego being involved, because it's something that I'm doing for myself. It's practicing self-love, something that I'm really focused on right now as well. And I want to share that with anybody that's ready to hear that, not because I think it's interesting enough that I should have a massive following. So I don't know where that came from in my mind, but I know that for me, talking about things makes it more real and more authentic for me. And I need to stay real and authentic in order for my yoga to continue being the blessing that it is in my life. That being said, I need to start moving, period. Like, I'm in such lockdown that the basics are not even available to me right now. And that's really where I ended up being at. So I've started a daily practice, and I'm going to record it and post it because it's for me. And if anybody gets anything out of it, freaking awesome, you know. It's a great, since I have become injured, it's a great way to even understand and see small movements of yoga if you're not familiar with them. And in addition to that, it's just a really humbling experience for me, because I really need to get back to focusing on how it is that I feel physically, how it is that I feel. Balance in my hips, which muscle groups want to move, which don't. Moving with care and with caution to take care of myself to prevent further injury, instead of trying to force something that isn't going to happen today. And if you, it's so funny because I'm an overthinker, and so if you just take those words and put them into your life, I mean, this is what I mean by what yoga gives to me. Like, this is what yoga every damn day gives to me, because that's real in my real life too. Like, we shouldn't be forcing things that aren't ready to happen, etc., etc. Anyways, I could go on and on. It isn't intended to be a massive speech. It's intended to be more of a confessional right now, and an introduction to a series of practices every single day, a commitment to myself every single day. I'm going to get up and start with these small sun salutations and these small movements, and I'm going to build off of that. And and I'm going to see where it goes, and I'm going to get back to my practice and back to myself, because it is definitely about me. And I hope that my peace returns quickly. I really truly already feel better, not only just sitting here saying all this, but after starting and beginning to move, the 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 inner joy and the inner peace and my respect of myself has already begun to return, and that feeling is amazing. So if you're looking to capture that feeling, for me, it comes through yoga, and I'm happy to share what it is that I do. And if there are any questions, of course, please post them. I'll be happy to try to share my experience or my strength with anyone who's willing to ask. Peace and love.